In this video, we are going to talk about AR, some of its recent price action, as well as the important support and resistance areas, and where we can expect the price of AR to go in the coming days and weeks. So let's look at the weekly chart, and what I can see here right away is a pretty poor structure in the last few years of very clear lower highs as well as lower lows. The lower highs are very clear. We've seen AR absolutely skyrocket back in the old season of 2021. It went all the way from about $9 all the way up to about $90. So AR did a 10x in just a few months back in 2021. And after that, in the bear market, it just completely died down and went very quiet until we had another mini alt season back in 2024. And back then we've seen AR go from about $8 all the way up to almost $50 again in just a couple of months. But despite the second rally being very impressive, this is a very clear lower high. And then since that second high, we've just seen AR continuously dump with no real recovery, and right now AR is all the way down at about $4. AR is getting very close to being at a all-time low, but we are still holding this area that is very crucial. This is basically the last support area for AR at about $4. We're basically exactly right there right now, and I think that AR just absolutely has to hold this area. And if it goes significantly below it, if we see AR going to less than $3.5, less than $3, then it will likely continue dumping a lot lower than that. If we draw a trend line connecting these previous lows, we can see that the next area of support for AR would basically be non-existent. If we go below the support area that I just talked about at around $3.5, then this next support area of this trend line would be non-existent. It's literally below zero. So this is really not a support area. And if we connect the highs, we very clearly can see that we have a downtrending channel. AR seems to be one of those coins that basically just died down since the old season back in 2021. Many different coins from back in 2021 that did very well back then just completely died in the 2022 bear market and never really recovered. AR did get a very significant rally in 2024, but it was a macro lower high, and it since then died down again, dropping over 90% since the second high, and it's really not looking great for AR at the moment. In the last couple of weeks, we've seen Bitcoin recover really well from about 80k to over 90k right now, and despite this very significant rally by Bitcoin, we really haven't seen AR move a lot. As you can see on this chart, it's just a very tiny green candle that we've seen. If I zoom in a lot, we can see that AR went from about $3.8 to about $4.4. This is a very insignificant rally for such a volatile small market cap coin like AR, and it is really not impressive. Obviously, in the last couple of months, we've seen the entire crypto market really struggle with Bitcoin dropping from its all-time high of about 126k all the way down to 80k. But even back when the entire crypto market was doing very well, even when Bitcoin was breaking new all-time highs and Ethereum was doing very well, basically the entire crypto market earlier in 2025, we haven't seen AR do well. It basically just consolidated. So the price action and structure for AR has been looking very weak basically since 2021, and especially in the last year. I think that the only real hope for AR is if we see Bitcoin getting a very significant rally from here that will get at least close to the previous all-time high, or potentially even breaking above it, and we see Ethereum breaking above 5k, and we get an alt season, at least to some extent. This is very far away from the reality right now, but I do still think that it is possible. But even if it does happen, this would likely only happen in a few months, and even if we do get an alt season, I don't know if AR will actually do that well, since it has been so weak for so long. If we do actually get an alt season, then AR will likely get a rally, and the rally will likely just lead to another lower high. I think that it will just lead to it getting up to the trend line. So this would be a rally to about $28-30, somewhere in that range. But this is incredibly speculative and uncertain at the moment. We would need to see a massive narrative change in the entire crypto market and a period of insane euphoria for AR to really make any significant moves, in my opinion. And I really don't like what I'm seeing on the chart for AR. Of course, none of what I said in this video is financial advice, but I would personally definitely avoid AR. I really don't like how it's looking, and if we lose the area of $4, $3.50, then it will likely continue dumping a lot lower, and I would definitely avoid it personally. That's going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed it and you want more updates about AR as well as other altcoins and the entire crypto market, make sure to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.